There is some ginormous Formula One breaking news as we head towards the start of the F1 Academy race. Ferrari driver Carlos Sainz, the one who was recently replaced by Lewis Hamilton for the 2025 season, finds himself unable to compete in the Saudi Arabian GP. He has been diagnosed with appendicitis, and that means that he cannot continue with this weekend. Now, he missed media duties on Wednesday, and yesterday he did not look great, not at all. So I think it's the correct decision. He does have to undergo surgery for his appendicitis. So before we get into talking about Ollie Bearman, we just have to wish, obviously, a get well soon to Carlos Sainz. Hopefully the surgery goes okay and hopefully he can be back in action for Australia. Later on in this video, I get into talking about how it could potentially give Ollie Bearman 2 chances at a Formula 1 weekend, but we're going to have to see what happens. We saw Liam Lawson jump in Zandvoort, and he didn't do too badly. Obviously struggled with qualifying, but that was to be expected. It was his... If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. We're trying to hit 300 by the end of April, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next part of this video. It's proper time in the AlphaTauri, so it's going to be really interesting to see how Ollie Bearman handles it, but we've seen it before with rookies jumping in, and he's jumping into a better car than Liam Lawson jumped into, so it's going to be really interesting to see where he qualifies. It's going to be really interesting to see what he does in the race, because this could be the making of his career. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next bit of this video. Now, the big news out of all this is Formula 2 pole sitter and Prema driver Ollie Bearman is stepping up to the plate to take his seat in that Formula 1 seat for Ferrari Formula 1 team. If you aren't aware who Ollie Bearman is, we're going to jump into that now. He's an 18-year-old driver. He's completed 1 season in Formula 2. He is British, driving for the Ferrari Driver Academy, and he drives for Prema in Formula 2. He links up with Prema with Kimi Antonelli, and he currently is sitting on pole position for the sprint race that is occurring this afternoon. Is Ollie Bearman going to take that? Fingers crossed he gets to, and fingers crossed he gets to do this feature race tomorrow. Obviously, that is a lot of racing for him, but if anyone can do it, it's a young driver like Ollie Bearman. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll leave you to get on with the rest of the video. Ollie Bearman, the 18-year-old Ferrari Academy driver, has taken part in a few free practice sessions for Ferrari and Haas, I believe, over his time as an academy driver. He put his Formula 2 car on pole position yesterday in Prema. There is a sprint race later. It is yet to be discussed whether he'll take part in that, but obviously you have practice 3 and qualifying coming up today. You've got the sprint race and the feature race. Will Ollie Bearman take part in that? That is the big question right now. I know previously, I think it's Haas. I think it happened at Haas where they had a driver jump in, or Williams, or one of the two, and they still took part in the Formula 2 session. So it'll be very interesting to see how Ferrari and Ollie himself handles this. This is a massive, massive opportunity for Ollie Bearman. Not on many occasions do rookie first-time drivers get a chance to jump into a car of the standard of Ferrari. Now, obviously, it's not a title-winning car, but it is a car with a heck of a lot of pace. So I think it's massive. We've got to give Ollie his time to get used to the car, and I think that's the perfect opportunity for practice 3. That starts in around about an hour, so make sure you stay tuned to that. The F1 Academy race is upcoming, but this is massive, massive news for the Formula 1 world, for the race weekend, and I think it changes everything about what to expect, because now I'm not saying that Ollie Bearman won't be able to put that car into Q3, but it adds a little bit of jeopardy for qualifying, because you've obviously got lots of experienced drivers on the grid, and now you're going to have Bearman in a front-running car. This opens up the door for him to prove himself for a Formula 1 seat for 2025. So this, obviously, I really hope Carlos Sainz gets well soon, but if he's unable to recover from this in time, it could see Ollie Bearman in the seat again for Australia, and that's in a couple of weeks. Now, I think he should be okay for then, but if I remember rightly, Alex Albon had to have an operation, and the next race was Singapore, and I think that was 3 weeks after, and he wasn't 100% then. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Ferrari handles this. Obviously, the Prema team, they're going to have a lot of work to do with Ollie Bearman, because they still want to win their sprint race and their feature race. So we're going to have to see what happens with that. Is it still going to be Ollie taking to the wheel, or is someone going to replace him? That hasn't yet been announced, but I'm sure that news will come. Obviously, this is a massive, massive opportunity. I believe both seats at Haas are available at the end of this season. You've got, I think the Sauber seats are up at the end of this season. Williams, Sargent is up at the end of this season. And if he puts in a good drive, maybe, just maybe, he might even be in the running for the Mercedes seat. So this could have massive perpetrations on the future of Ollie Bearman's career. If he isn't able to get them top levels, then obviously he's only 18, so it's going to be interesting either way, but he is just 18, we have to remember that. And he's done a year in F2 already, he's drove the F1 car a few times. I'm really excited to see it, and this gives us finally some on-track action to talk about. Less of the Christian Horner and more about Ollie Bearman, please. Let's talk about the Ferrari. Let's talk about what he can do up against Charles Leclerc. That's going to be a really interesting battle to see. It's going to be really interesting to see how he gets on with the extra power under him in this F1 car. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. How do you think Ollie's going to get on? I think he's going to do absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see what he can do in that Ferrari, and I can't wait for him to get a full-time drive in Formula 1. So make sure you let me know down below in the comments what you think. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share this video with all of your friends, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.